Sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101 NFL football, NFL Thursday night football pregame show, and we'll talk about tonight's game between the Cowboys and Saints, and we'll go over all, and we'll preview it all. We'll go all over stats and statistics, and what both teams need to do. But first, here is tonight's Scott Sports 101. NFL Thursday Night Football trivia question. What former Dallas Cowboy replaced Phil Simms as an analyst for NFL telecasts on CBS? I'll have the answer later in the broadcast. Well, Thursday Night Football kicks off Week 13 of the NFL regular season. The New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys will square off tonight in about 3 minutes from right now at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. The Saints are coming off a big win over the Atlanta Falcons last Thursday on Thanksgiving Day in Week 12. And the Saints are on a roll right now, having won 10 games in a row this season. And Saints quarterback Drew Brees is having a fantastic season. Drew Brees has been named NFC Offensive Player of the Month. And he was also named Offensive Player of the Week in Week 3 and Week 5 of this NFL season. Brandon Marshall and Tommy Lee Lewis will both be inactive for the Saints versus Cowboys game tonight, and a few others will also be inactive. Linebacker Monty Teo, left tackle Teron Smith, I guess. Teron Smith, I guess. Center Will Clapp, lineman Mitchell Lowen, and defensive end Trey Hendrickson. Armstead is missing his third straight game in a row, and Teo has been a healthy scratch for 5 games in a row. Now, the Saints want to keep their fantastic roll of wins going, but the Saints have to stop the Cowboys' strong offense and hard defense and stop Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Now, the Saints are going to be out to dominate this game early, and I have a good feeling that the Saints are going to win this game in Big D tonight by far. So we'll see. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are coming off a big win over the Washington Redskins in late afternoon on Thanksgiving Day in Week 12 last week. The big question is, will the Cowboys end the Saints' 10-game winning streak? I feel it's going to be a good game between the Cowboys and the Saints, but in Big D. But I have a feeling. I feel the Saints are. I have a feeling, and I'm sorry about the stumble. The Saints are going to come away with the win in this one, and in this one tonight. Now for the Cowboys, LT Teron Smith will be inactive for the Cowboys today, and the team's other 6 inactive players for tonight. There are 6 others: Mike White, Tavon Austin, Sean Lee, Chris Covington, Jeff Swaim, and David Irving. The rest of those aren't surprising. Austin, Lee, and Irving were ruled out with injuries on Thursday, while White and Covington have been healthy scratches throughout the season. Now, if the Cowboys want to come want to come out of this game, with a win tonight, they are going to have to jump on the Saints early and really dominate tonight's game. And they're going to have to stop the Saints' big-time offense and defense, and they're also going to have to stop Saints quarterback Drew Brees. Now, the Cowboys need to put points up on the board from the start and keep the Saints from getting in the end zone. Now, if they can do that, they can have a chance to win this game tonight. But they're going to have to really jump on the Saints early, and they're going to have to run the pocket, and they're going to have to really keep the Saints from getting in the from scoring, and they're going to have to really keep Drew Brees on the ground, and they're just going to have to really dominate, and they're going to have to really call the right plays to really try to win this one tonight. So I really feel that the Saints are going to come out of this game with a win in Big D tonight, as I have mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast. Now, I feel that this game between the Saints and the Cowboys, I feel it's going to come down to the wire. It may or may not, but could come down to the wire, and it could be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means, so I think it's going to be close. And I have picked the New Orleans Saints to win tonight's game against the Dallas Cowboys, and I'll announce the other picks on Sunday on the NFL. On Scott Sports 1 NFL Football Sunday, but I want to tell you the other teams that are playing on Sunday this week. The Indianapolis Colts will take on the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. Sunday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers will take on the LA Chargers in Pittsburgh. The Carolina Panthers will take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. The Baltimore Ravens will take on the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta. The Houston Texans will take on the Cleveland Browns in Houston, and the Browns have come off a big win against Cincinnati this last week in Week 12. The Miami Dolphins will play the Buffalo Bills in Miami. The Denver Broncos will play the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati. The LA Rams will play the Detroit Lions in LA. The Green Bay Packers will play the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona, and the Kansas City Chiefs will play the Oakland Raiders at in Oakland, I believe. I think it's it's at Arrowhead Stadium in KC. Excuse me. The Tennessee Titans will take on the New York Jets. I think that's in that's in MetLife Stadium in New York. I'll check if I'm wrong on that. The Chicago Bears will take on the New York Giants. I think actually that's the Titans Jets games in Tennessee. The Chicago Bears will take on the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium in New York. And I feel Chicago gets the win on that one. The New England Patriots will take on the Minnesota Vikings in New England at Gillette Stadium in New England. The Seattle Seahawks will take on the San Francisco 49ers. And Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles will take on the Washington Redskins. And I believe that is in Philadelphia. We'll talk more about tonight's game between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. But first, it's now time for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football trivia question. What former Dallas Cowboy replaced Phil Simms as analyst for NFL telecast on CBS? If you said former Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo, you are correct. Following his retirement in 2017, Tony Romo was hired by CBS to serve as the lead color analyst for the network's NFL telecast, working in the booth alongside play-by-play announcer Jim Nantz. And I have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will probably be on Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday, so stay tuned for that. Now, getting back to tonight's game against the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys, I feel the Cowboys are really going to have a good game between the against the Saints, but I feel the Saints are going to come out and really, I think, win this one tonight. I think especially that they're going to really, I think it's not going to be a runaway, but I think they're going to really take it by far, especially in the first half they'll score. I think it'll be a low score in the first half, but I think in the second half, that's when it's going to become high scoring. And I really think that the Saints really come away with the win in this game tonight. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Scout Sports 101 Thursday night NFL Thursday Night Football pregame show. I will have the postgame show after the Saints-Cowboys game has concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.